Hello, I am Riley Robertson, and today I will be comparing the pieces in sets 1 and 2. In set 1, I will be discussing Igor Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring and Verdi's Passe Passe Mio Dio from La Forza del Destino. In set 2, I will be discussing Unsuk Twinkle Twinkle Little Star from Puzzles and Games and Astor Piazzolla's Milonga de Ángel. So, in section in set 1, some characteristics unique to Igor Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring is the time and location. The Rite of Spring was composed by Igor Stravinsky, a native Russian, and premiered in 1913 in Paris, France, by the Ballets Russes. Some societal context to this piece was created in the early 20th century, and there was an increasing of tensions in Europe leading to the start of World War I in 1914, about a year after this piece premiered. There was also a shift in traditional ideas of artistic design. Because of these reasons, this was a time of artistic revolution across Europe. This piece is very dissonant, sounding like nothing else at the time, using many different meters, changing almost every measure, as well as being polyrhythmic. All this led to this piece being very layered and textured. That was some unique musical language to this piece. And now some unique musical significance to this piece was a ballet and was so different from any other ballets at the time, it redefined modern music and ballet. This being known as the beginning of modernism in classical music. It was very innovative, having a unique orchestration, rhythm, and concepts that made it so significant. So my interpretation to this piece sounds almost wrong to me. It is very dissonant and goes against almost all musical convention entirely. It is still unique to this day, as I have never heard anything like it. So for section 2, some characteristics common to both pieces: time and location. Both were composed in Europe, as well as being premiered in major cultural hubs at the time, these being Paris and St. Petersburg. Some societal context is both pieces were created during periods of cultural transformation. For Verdi, it was Romanticism shifting towards realism, and for Stravinsky, it was Romanticism collapsing into modernism. Some some musical language that can be seen in both pieces are very dramatic and emotionally expressive in their own way. Both are innovative in their own respective contexts, and they use the orchestra to convey intense human emotion and story. The musical significance of both of these pieces is each of these pieces challenged conventional ideas and tradition at the time of their creation and premiere, influencing generations of composers on how to create music. So my interpretation to these pieces are: both of these pieces have a great ability to communicate the human experience and evoke both powerful emotional reactions to their audiences. Finally, for section 3 for set 1 is characteristics unique to Verdi's Passe Passe Mio Dio from La Forza del Destino. Time and location unique to this piece is Passe Passe Mio Dio was composed in Italy by Verdi and was premiered in 1862. Some societal context is during 1862, Italy was going through a period of unification and a growing national identity. During this time, romantic operas dominated the cultural scene in Italy and were integral in Italy's national identity and expression. Some musical language unique to this piece is very lyrical and melodic. It has a clear harmonic structure and features traditional bel canto singing that displays Verdi's rich and emotional writing, not only in the instrumental parts but in the vocal parts as well. So musical significance is this piece was an opera, and it showcases the emotional depth that can be seen in many of the operas created at the time. This piece, it is a pinnacle of romantic Italian. It is a pinnacle of romantic Italian opera, and showcased Verdi's ability to write deeply emotional pieces. My interpretation of this piece is this piece was very moving and sorrowful. Verdi's ability to express personal suffering and the human need for compassion and empathy is amazing, and I'm very happy I had the chance to listen to this piece. Now, for set 2, Unsuk Chin's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star from Puzzle and Games versus Astor Piazzolla's Milonga de Ángel. So section 1 is characteristics unique to Unsuk Chin's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star from Puzzle and Games. The time and location. This piece was composed by South Korean composer Unsuk Chin from 2003 to 2004, and she is primarily active in Germany. The societal context unique to this piece is this piece was created in a postmodern global society, the same one we are in today. Today, many composers integrate their music with classical tradition and experimental playful styles that are all their own, and Unsuk Chin is no different and showcases that with this piece. Musical language unique to this piece is a reinterpretation of a famous children's tune. It has sudden changes in texture and dynamics that make this piece all the more complex than the original. It also uses modern orchestral techniques. Some musical significance that is unique to this piece is this piece demonstrates how simple themes can be transformed through modern techniques. It shows the next generation of composers it's okay to change traditional works into something new, something that can be seen as almost original, that is respected and heavily inspired by another piece. My interpretation of this piece is very whimsical, but also surprising. It changes many expectations of what Twinkle Twinkle Little Star can be, and showed me that something I knew so well can be experienced in a completely different way. So section 2, some characters common to both pieces, starting with the time and location. Both of these pieces were created by composers that are outside the traditional Western European area, that being South Korea and Argentina. Some societal contexts that can be seen in both pieces are both pieces reflect global music fusion, drawing from multiple traditions to create their work, while also infusing their work with their own thoughts and personality, reflecting individual expression in the diverse musical world. So some musical language that are seen with both of these pieces are both use reinterpretation to make their pieces. Chin transforms a folk tune to sound modern and contemporary, while Piazzolla redefines tango. Both transform their work by using traditional elements in innovative contexts. So, musical significance. Both composers expand the expressive boundaries of their respective genres with their respective pieces. Both illustrate the creative flexibility composers can take when making music in the modern age. Interpretation. Both pieces were emotionally evocative and creative in their own ways. Both pieces were a joy to listen to and really made me think deeply about not only myself, but my life. Now, on to section 3. Characteristics unique to Piazzolla's Milonga de Ángel. So, time and location. The composer, Astor Piazzolla, composed Milonga de Ángel in 1965 in Argentina. Piazzolla grew up in New York and used many jazz and tango elements to create this piece. The societal context unique to this piece is this piece was created during a time of cultural change and political unrest in Argentina. This piece was made for the people of Buenos Aires to heal their broken spirits in a new style of tango. Musical language. This piece evokes a sad and emotional feeling using lyrical tango rhythms, but in a chamber-like setting. The accordion makes this concert-sounding piece sound all that more unique, as accordions are almost never seen in a traditional Western European concert. Musical significance. This piece redefined tango as an art form. It brought the genre into concert halls, allowing a different type of audience to hear this style of music, and seamlessly combines classical, folk, and jazz traditions. My interpretation of this piece is deeply moving and intimate. It has a soulful quality that evokes longing for more music like it, and is very emotional. Also, it is my favorite piece that I listen to in these sets, and I want to listen to more of what Piazzolla has created. Thank you, and hope you guys have a good day.